quiet transcendence. In this video, I would like to talk about my spiritual awakening story. I've always been spiritual in some kind of way. I've always felt that there was something far more greater and bigger than all of us, and beyond what we could see with our eyes in 3D, looking into symbols and signs and numerology. I've always felt like I've had some kind of a sixth sense that this is not it. It's been more of a feeling of, what's this about? Why did this happen? Trying to figure out what was behind the unexplainable thing that just happened, because I know that there's an explanation. So I'll give you a little how I was raised. I was born and raised as a Christian, as a Jehovah's Witness, going to the Kingdom Halls on Tuesday nights and Bible studies on Thursday nights. Saturdays were for field service and Sundays were for watchtower studies. And on the nights that we didn't have any meetings, we'd have personal studies at home with our family. Now, if you know anything about being a Jehovah's Witness, then you know that they do not condone what I am about to share. My awakening experience. I've encountered some very pleasant and warming spiritual experiences, and one that was not so pleasant. But this not so pleasant experience really started my spiritual awakening. I was at my then boyfriend's house and decided to sage. It needed to be saged because of the negative gloom that I felt in that house. It was sadness, anger, gloom, dark energy, and I knew that sage could clear that up. But I only had one little small piece of sage. So I grabbed the glass ashtray and lit the sage. I walked all over the house, praying for love, light, and peace in every room that I entered, opening the windows to let the negative energies move out. And as I went into the bathroom upstairs, I prayed for love, light, and peace. And then I set the glass dish down on the bathroom sink. I noticed that the smoke started to get smoky, and then more smoke. And I remember thinking, well, this is weird. I mean, why is this doing this? Especially when it's the last bit of sage, it should just burn out. So I grabbed the glass dish to head downstairs to take it outside because it was smoky and the smoke was trying to get uncontrollable. And as I headed down the stairs, about midway, suddenly the glass dish in my hands broke into tiny little small pieces. It was like some sort of a zap that happened. Now, all of the individual bits of lit sage that fell on the floor when the dish broke burnt the carpet, scattered spots. This was extremely alarming for me. I was freaked out, but more than anything, I was in a state of shock, because the science behind this phenomenon says that for a dish to break like that, the dish would have to have been at an extremely high temperature for the glass to go into thermal shock. That glass was at room temperature because I was carrying it around the house praying for love, light, and peace. The dish was not hot at all. So because this was so unexplainable, my then boyfriend was convinced more than ever that I tried to burn the house down. But on the other hand, I was in a complete state of shock. And for about like a whole week after that experience, I did research, I looked up articles, anything that could make it make sense. I was in this state of shock. Everything that I did, it was just like I was going through the motions while my mind was somewhere else. All of my experiences prior to this one had all been comforting and warm, but this was different. But it certainly became the open portal to how I see things, the world, people, energies. I began praying more. I began to affirm more. I delved deeper into spirituality, numerology, numbers, symbols. I started connecting more with my higher self, and I listened to more spiritual videos. It was much more apparent to me, more than ever, that the universe is definitely with us and is here for us if we just speak to the universe and call and ask for help. So this is my story, and this is how I got started awakening. If you like what you heard, remember, we are on this journey together. So if this message spoke to you, subscribe and join me here in the quiet transcendence. Until next time, keep transcending, and I'll see you in the next video.